Guys, so I'm trying to do more videos for my readings page. I'm sitting in a hotel, and it's not even a hotel, it's a hospital room in Tijuana. This is the first time that I will try to ground and meditate myself. I would think that I can do it anywhere. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I'm doing that. I've got a reading that I'm about to do that I'll record as well if she's okay with it. But again, like my very first video I showed you, I always get barefooted. And I have my feet planted on the ground. I know that I'm up on the 4th floor, so we're going to see how this goes, but I'm pretty confident that we can still receive message. So what I do is I always have my palms open because I want to be open to receive messages, okay? So you'll always notice that my palms are open. I straighten my back. I want to just have everything open here to where I can breathe freely. What you want to do is take deep breaths to the point where and it's important to make that, because what you're doing is you're getting everything out of your diaphragm, just everything. And then you're also envisioning all of the negativity, everything pushing out. So you're inhaling knowledge, good, protection, inviting message in. So then when you blow out, it's all your negativity, doubt, worry, any of that stuff. And this is really just to start getting the energy flowing. A lot of people will start to feel a tingling sensation after you do the breathing technique. I do it at least 3 to 10 times, just depending on when I usually start to tap in. And for me, I've always noticed that I tap in because I'll have a tear that will start to, or my eyes will water. To me, that is something I've learned, that it means that I'm actually kind of connected with higher beings, okay? So bear with me as I record and I try to tap in at the same time, okay? As you can see, of course I start with my tear. Like I said, it's always my sign. Very quickly, because this is where I start taking my notes. What just happened was I get filled with emotion. I'm sorry. I'm feeling a lot of emotion right now. And the person that I'm about to read for, this is all for her. As I do my breathing technique, my intention, because you always have to have an intention, is I'm putting her name out there, asking who has messages. Hit cut off, sorry. Immediately when I start reading for her, I start feeling a sadness, a heaviness, just overall sad. So now what I do is I start to ask questions. Okay, this is where I start to jot down all my stuff in my notebook that I have before a reading. So I am, like I said, in a room. I don't have a notebook, but I do have a notepad up here with the name and the date. I'm going to start writing in things that are coming into my mind, in images, words, things of that sort. So let me go ahead and see as I'm pulling that stuff in. So I'm writing down things that are coming through. And then what I'll do is I'll call her and then we'll go through all this, and hopefully if she lets you listen, we can kind of go from this step all the way into the next step of our hour reading. Right now is the hard part where I take on all the emotion, but then once I start talking to her, it gets even more emotional as we start to fit things together, and then they come in very strong and I start getting all the chills, things of that sort. So right now I'm doing a quick scan of what I see coming in just with her energy under her name. It's hard because I keep getting like sometimes generic things and I want more detail, but sometimes it's just something that I have to put out there, and then these are the puzzle pieces is what I call them. And then from there, her and I will put the puzzle together. This is where I feel crazy because I'm just pulling in these random words and things, and I'm like, is this things that I've done? Is this things that, but you can't second guess yourself. I'm gonna put it out there anyway, regardless of if she gets it right off or not. Usually it always comes through to mean something. Now, for this reading, she specifically said that she just was looking for 2 people to come in. I don't ask who it is, energies, male, female, anything like that, but I do have someone coming in now that I'm going to write down. Whether it's who she wants to come through or not, I'm not sure, but this is who's coming in for her right now, just as I'm inviting people in that may have a message for her. I want to cry again. This one I feel is a loss that she had. Oh, they're making me feel a lot of sadness, and then I try to ask questions in between all the emotion of how are you connected? What do you want to tell her today? Oh, goodness. I have another person coming in. I don't usually cry this much before a reading. I'm trying to ask if it's from the mother's side or the father's side of the person that's coming in right now. It's usually like bleachers, it's mom's side, dad's side. I'm trying to hope that they have enough energy to kind of get really detailed with me. I don't ask too much up front because as we do the reading, I want them to be able to come in then and actually talk while I'm reading for her. So I'm feeling like she's showing me over here, so that would be the mother's side. Oh.
Okay, let me see if I have any other details before I get her on the phone. Our meeting was 15 minutes ago, but I'm kind of thrown off with the time difference and being here at the hospital with my friend, getting everything situated. Okay, and I'm just getting words, things to talk about. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got a list of things that have come through. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get on the phone with her so that we can kind of start the reading, and then we'll go from there. And what will happen is, if she didn't get the 2 people that she wanted to come through that came in automatically with me, then we will ask them to come in. So sometimes people aren't too eager to come in. We may want to talk to someone specifically, but they just don't come in during a reading, or we have to kind of ask them and kind of get them to bring in a little here and there. So let me go ahead. I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to call her and see if she'll let us record that. Hey guys, just to continue, this is the next day after I did that reading. Sorry, I've been sleeping in a hotel or a hospital. But I wanted to recap a little bit on all that emotion that was coming through. That was a pretty wild reading. I'm not going to share that whole thing because it was pretty personal for her. But what I was pulling in with all that sadness was she had a high school friend that they had reconnected. Everything was going great. Well, he was walking to the store one night and was hit from the back of the head and stabbed to death. So that's why I was so emotional. It was, I could feel my head starting to hurt where he had had internal bleeding, and he passed away, of course. That was a lot of that. Her grandmother came through. She had had a pregnancy of 7.5 months where the baby was actually distorted to the point where they didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, but it was actually one of her master healers that had incubated with her for those 7.5 months. Even though the baby didn't survive, it was never supposed to. A lot of that came in, so I wanted to give a little bit of a backstory on that reading, because I was just emotional from the time I tapped in all the way through. There was a lot of energy with her. So go ahead and if you have any questions, if you want a reading, reach out. Obviously, a lot of people might think that the pricing is a little extensive. For me to block out that full hour of time, the emotion that goes into it, the deciphering the message with someone, plus I offer afterwards whatever dreams come in, any kind of symbolism that happens the next few days after the reading. I always like to talk and put those pieces together as well. So that's why my fee is what it is. I do believe that this is a gift and it shouldn't be overcharged. I don't use people that price gouge on this kind of stuff. It is meant to be given away if you have the gift. So again, if you have any questions, reach out, but I felt the need to come on and let you know kind of a little recap of her reading and why that was so emotional. They don't always look like that, but some of them do. So this is the aftermath, the day after. I'm still looking rough. But all right, hope to talk to you soon. Bye.